Hello, Stephen C. Campbell here from mobilemarketingbusinesswebsites.com, author of Mobile Internet Channel Marketing, author of Internet Channel Marketing, and also author of the Internet and Direct Marketing Blueprint. There's a picture of me in Shanghai, China, where I was doing some consulting last year, where I had the privilege of going for a few times to work with some of the multinational companies doing business in China. So thank you for your kind attention right now. Today we're here to talk about apps for your business. We're talking about apps, how it fits within your business marketing strategies. And we're not talking about the actual design of the apps. We're looking at it from a top level perspective of how it fits into your core business marketing strategy frameworks. But first, let's take a look at the business marketing strategy concept and structure. I like to think about things when working with clients, doing seminar work and consulting, to see where apps actually fits within your business strategy, because it's not a standalone entity. So that's very important to get into place. So business marketing strategy framework, and there are three main pillars which I like to just focus on. I think it helps to focus the mind in. First of is categories to market. So every product or service that exists fits within a particular category of the market, and you can use various examples. You could take living accommodation, for example. You could take £1 million house or a £100,000 apartment. They did fit in different marketing categories. Same thing for wine. Wine could cost $1,000 for a bottle, or you could buy wine for $10 for a bottle. And this comes into place when you're thinking about how to use apps within your business and how it actually fits in line with your product or service marketing category. On the other side of the spectrum, we like to focus in and talk about where you're actually selling the market to, and you actually sell a product which from a particular marketing category and actually sold into a specific market segment. Of course, there are different ways to segment the market. You can do it a multitude of ways, and it could be by age, race. It could be by different types of companies, market verticals, but it's also important to get that into place, and it fits into line where our main focus is today, where we're talking about channel marketing strategies. The apps that you use within your business form a part of your channel marketing strategy of how you actually connect to your end user clients. So let's move on and give this some more, put some more meat to this. So you have your product or service, and by definition, product or service will be pushed through a marketing channel. And there are two principal ways how you use your marketing channel. You use them for promotion and consumption. That is to say, how people actually use your product could be, for example, if someone wants to use your hairdressing services, obviously they have to come into your hairdressing salon to consume your product, but you can actually promote it to them by various marketing channels. Apps, of course, can be used to promote most businesses, and in terms of developing your strategy, you'd have to figure out how you're going to get them to consume your product. Maybe they can consume the product online. For example, if you're providing information, downloadable digital information, video information, audio information, you can get them to consume it online. But whatever your product or service is, you can use apps as part of your channel marketing strategy to fit in line with how they will actually consume your product. And of course, they will consume your product in a particular manner. So in terms of classifying the market segments, broadly speaking, if you're selling business to business, we'll be talking about, broadly speaking, business to consumer, should we say, could be classified by various types. So you could be using your apps to focus on men. You could be focusing directly to women. You could be focusing to couples, or on the other hand, you could be using the app as part of your channel marketing strategy to focus on to groups. Now we're talking about business to consumer marketing, where we're talking about one-off purchases, very short decision-making times, and individuals or small groups of people would actually make the decision to actually make the purchase. So this will go into consideration when you actually design your app. And as we keep saying, that the activities need to be integrated with your top-level business strategies. On the other hand, if you're selling business to business, typically the buy-in process would be longer, there'll be more people involved, and whether you're selling to blue chips or small and medium enterprises, how you use your app may be to guide them through the buy-in process, to provide them with technical information specifications on your products and services, delivery times. There are ways that you can fit your app into your top level business marketing strategies to actually facilitate revenue generation and making your end user clients, whether they be blue chip SMEs, more satisfied with you, so you can have a long relationship, a win-win situation where you're using your app to make people informed of what they're buying from you. So blue chips, of course, they may have different specifications, but you may be able to take some of the processes what you build into your app from blue chips and move it over and use it for your SME end user clients. So these are some segments of the market. In terms of channels, readily well-known channels that we've been using for quite a long time are displayed here. Of course, you can use a multitude of these. Yellow pages, I remember they used to be big and fat. They couldn't fit through the letterbox, but now they're very small and thin. Part of the reason why they're so small in size and there's been a decline in yellow page advertising is largely, of course, because of use of the internet. So we'll talk about that more because this is in line with apps. You've got your magazines, radio, newspapers, TV, billboards and flyers, which are all can use for channels to actually promote your products and services. Now we're moving on to the internet and talk about mobile. Of course, we have Apple iOS, which is very prevalent. Everyone's heard of this and pushed the use of apps, doing lots of the marketing for us to condition the marketplace to use apps. You have Android, which of course is split across various market providers such as Samsung and HTC. They're using the Android operating system, which of course is provided by our friends Google. And of course, you would need to take into consideration the amount of people using Kindle devices, which may not be using Android or Apple iOS systems, and they may be in your target market. So looking at this from a pictorial point of view, we have here your internet sub-channels, and we have people, of course, who open up their computers and they go to the search engines. They may use this to find you. You can use podcasting channels to communicate with your clients. Video marketing is very, very important these days, of course. Whatever channel, internet sub-channel you use, they go to interface with a particular market segment. And here we just got some examples of market segments: gender, age, types of hobbies and marital status, divorce, remarried, etc. And all of the internet, what you use, you want to be taking into consideration various means for getting people to take notice of where you are or what you're doing. Blogging, you always want to be building your list and doing linking, of course. But for the purpose of apps, let's focus on content, for example. Content is something which customers need to be provided with, fed with on an ongoing basis. Apps are perfect for content delivery on a timely basis. It will fit into your market segments. For example, someone could be buying some machinery for you. You could use your app to provide them with specification details as you go on and do your testing and come up with new data. Perfect for funneling in information through to your business to business segment, or providing them with delivery specifications, delivery data to give them confidence that when they buy from you, that they'll be able to use your products and fit within their actual supply chain requirements. So apps perfect for content delivery through to a specific market segment. What this does, of course, is ties in with the content delivery with customer engagement. Perfect. They open their mobile devices. You can send push notifications. You can purposely update your app every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, for example, so they get a notice that your app's been updated. This gives them confidence that you could do this by design, of course, but it gives them confidence that you're working on the app to keep the market up to speed with the ongoings. So customer engagement ties in with the content delivery, which will really help to feed clients with your information, to build confidence, and ultimately to separate yourself from the competition and to drive revenue. Of course, email marketing is very important these days, but with the apps installed on your mobile devices, this gives you a perfect route, a great route to bypass the email and to interface directly with the clients who are using their mobile devices all day long, in the car, on the train, on the move, when they actually don't have access to email. So apps fit within the overall method that the client's using to actually interface with end user clients. So here we have apps sitting at the top of our internet sub-channels as they fit within a particular strategy development of the company. And we'll stress later on that this needs to be as high as possible within the organization, that this shouldn't just be relegated to the technical person with the organization. It should be brought into the discussion in the boardroom or as high as possible within the marketing department for adequate connection with clients. So here we have again your channels, your categories, shall we say, your market segments, and your channels used for promotion and consumption. And we're saying that the channels to market, of course, that you use to promote your product and you allow your clients to consume your products, ties directly into your use of apps within your business. Because, of course, as we said before, clients may be able to consume your products online, but for sure you can use your apps to promote your products and services. And what tied in with your business marketing strategy, the apps, of course, would be purposely funneling marketing information through to your clients to push them through whatever channel you've chosen as most appropriate for your clients to actually consume your products and services. So the promotion channels working in conjunction with the consumption channels. As we say, apps are positioned as a particular internet sub-channel. And here we have the prevalent Android apps, and we have it versus your iOS, Apple apps here, because most people are carrying around iOS devices or your Android mobile phones. And of course, it's very important, if you're going to develop an app, you have to have it on the App Store, I say the Apple App Store, and also on Google Play, Android Store as well. But, you know, talking about apps and thinking about market segments, it's not just, of course, a matter of your Android devices versus your iOS devices. You want to be thinking about the rise of Amazon apps in conjunction with the use of Kindle devices. Maybe your target market are users of Kindle devices, so why not give that particular market segment access to the promotion of your products or services by providing them an app on a Kindle platform as well. Could be a lot of revenue that could be generated by making sure you interface with your clients through the Amazon apps channel to actually promote your products or services. So channel marketing is where the apps fit, and we want to encourage people to think about the broad spectrum of the channels, whether it's business to business or consumer, to make sure they interface with them. So looking back at the mobile devices now, of course, we mentioned Android. There's and iOS. Of course, there's BlackBerry, which unfortunately has been on the decline recently, where we're speaking now in September 2012. Who knows what the future is going to hold for BlackBerry? But of course, in terms of making sure you address your end user market, it would be pertinent, of course, to do your appropriate market segmentation and analysis to see where your target market sits, and of course, as appropriate, provide apps on these end user platforms, BlackBerry, iOS, and HTC as well, to make sure that we cater for the whole market. And here we have operating system market share. We see that Android has a whopping 61% market share, moving over, of course. And remember, Android is split up between the other manufacturers, as we mentioned before, HTC, Sony Ericsson, Samsung, etc. But Android, of course, cannot be ignored. Also, we can see the BlackBerry, as we mentioned before. They currently have, we're talking some 6% market share. Windows devices and others, and of course, we're talking about Apple with a 21% market share, and it's all Apple's, whereas Androids, remember, are just divided by the other manufacturers. Looking at unit shipments here, this is just a few months ago by IDC. Interesting to look at how things have changed. Second quarter 2011 going up to where we are now for the data, second quarter 2012. We see Samsung, for example, have jumped from 16.3% to 21.6%. You can see Nokia gone down slightly. Apple market shares gone up, as you can see. But skipping all around there, you can see Apple, Samsung, as you follow me looking around the screen. Just interesting to look at the trends. HTC holding quite steady there. Of course, the rise and stability of Apple. But what we're looking at is the unit shipments. Look, we're talking about some 419 million handsets, mobile device handsets shipped. To divide those up by your potential end user clients, so you can connect to them with your actual business app. And of course, it's pertinent just to decide where your end users are sitting. Research in Motion is still in there. If your target market management are using Research in Motion devices, then by all means, invest the time and money to make sure you connect with them wherever they actually sit within the marketplace. But we're talking about Samsung 90 million, Nokia 83 million, Apple 28 million. Too much to ignore. In terms of tablets, your iPad, your Samsung tablets, and the rest of them, you can see here that we have Apple, of course, dominating with some 11.8 million Q1 shipments, with 58% market share. We see Samsung shipments there, Amazon Kindle shipments, Barnes & Noble shipments. So you can take some time just to look at the actual shipments there. But the point is that too many to actually ignore, to make sure that your apps are not just devised for the mobile handsets, but also for the tablet markets as well. Apple, Samsung, Amazon, Asus, and Barnes & Noble, the top 5 media tablet brands in Q2 this year. So in terms of making a summary, what we're saying is that apps are to be considered as part of your channel marketing strategy. That's where it fits within the organization. It fits within the marketing department, even though the implementation may be with the technical people within your organization. What we're saying is that what goes into the app, how you're going to connect with the clients, the information that you're going to pass through to them, the decision with this should be with the marketing management and not relegated down to the person within the organization who understands something about blogs and understands something about SEO. The decision to do with your mobile website, the social media strategies, and of course our discussion today about apps. Marketing management needs to pull this and get educated about what's happening in this market from, as much technical information as they need to know to be able to make qualified decisions that will suit your target market. And that's why we set up mobile marketing business websites, to cater for the need in line with our consulting, because you make the consulting decisions first, and what your app looks like, what your mobile business site looks like, is a decision of your consulting and strategy development. That's why StephenCamber.com set up mobile marketing business websites to cater for the needs of the marketplace. So the decision needs to be with management. We want to stress this because too many times we've seen that people have just been given the technical things to do because the marketing management don't want to wrap their heads around it. They don't understand the technology, too much hard work. So whoever understands the technical things gets given this task. And we're saying bring the decision for apps, development, content as high as possible up into the decision-making process. Because in terms of channel marketing, it has to fit in with other ways of reaching your end user clients. You already have ways, you're already in business, you're already interfacing with your end user clients. So however you use your app, it needs to fit in with these ways. Maybe use your app to push them to a particular website, to get into a particular autoresponder series, to educate them in a particular way. The decision needs to be as high as possible within the organization. So I'm Stephen C. Campbell from mobilemarketingbusinesswebsites.com. Really want to thank you for your kind attention. Do let me know if you have any questions, any comments. Feel free to just watch this again. Email us at admin@mobilemarketingbusinesswebsites.com if we can be of assistance to you in any way with helping with your app development and your mobile business websites. Get in touch. Wishing you all the best with your future business endeavors, and we'll see you in another video or somewhere online very soon. Thank you very much.